Hi everyone. The dream that I'm about to share with you, I there's actually a couple of dreams. This one and the next one I'm going to share with you, but I really wasn't sure if I was going to share them or not. I was kind of waiting to see how the Holy Spirit was guiding me. But I decided to go ahead. I feel like the Holy Spirit is saying, yes, I need you to. It's been on my mind a lot. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna read you my notes. And when I say I read you my notes, the notes are from when I wake up. I try to get the dream written down or typed out on my phone as quickly as I can before I forget any more details. But honestly, with certain dreams, I remember them better than others, and some really stay with you. This dream really has stayed with me. I think it's a warning dream, and it's definitely a warning dream personally for me. And that's another reason why I wasn't sure if I was going to share it, because it felt like it was definitely meant for me. But I still feel the need to share it with you. So I'm going to obey what the Lord wants me to do. I'm going to share it with you. In this dream, it was a very realistic dream. In the dream, I actually woke up from my bed. So in the dream, I was asleep, and the dream started with me waking up in bed and actually sitting up in bed, which is very weird. I don't think I've ever had a dream like that before. And when I woke up, everything was dark, and I was alone. My husband was not there, and I smelled smoke. It was a little smoky, and I smelled smoke, and it definitely startled me. And I'm kind of reading my notes because I mentioned in a previous video that I have Lyme disease, and when I'm really tired, I have really bad brain fog, so I really need to depend on my notes to keep things going. But anyway, it really startled me, thinking that maybe the house was on fire. And so I ended up making my way to the bedroom door, which opens into a hallway. And when I opened the bedroom door to the hallway, the rest of the house was still dark. But I was able to see it was even a little more smoky in the hallway. And so then I really started to wonder if the house was on fire, but the smoke alarm never went off. But looking back at the dream now, I had begun to wonder if maybe the power was out. I have other reasons for that too. But coming through the windows in the bedroom when I woke up was this flashing light, which at first I thought maybe was maybe like a lightning storm or something, but it wasn't. It was almost like, since the house was so dark, so it was so dark in the bedroom, the curtains were closed, We have one window in the bedroom, and the curtains are closed, but just that little crack in the curtains, it was like this just fierce, bright white flashing light that was coming in through, and it was disorienting. So I woke up smelling the smoke, and then there was this like almost like a strobe light, this pulsing, flashing light. And I noticed that when I went into the hallway, that I did not see it. So it was some coming from a certain direction, but I don't know what it was. And so I went through the hallway. The smoke alarm, I don't think the power was on. I walked through to the kitchen, and then I walked through the den, and I was looking out. The den faces the backyard here, where we live, and I was looking out the windows, and it was totally black outside. It was just like really dark, and I was alone in the house. Now, my husband and I don't own the house. We are renting here. This is my mother and father-in-law's house, and so their bedroom is connected to the den and in the back of the house, and nobody was there. So it's me and my husband and his brother and his parents, and no, I was by myself, which was odd because it's nighttime, and that's very unusual. But in my dream, I just knew that everybody was at work, which doesn't make sense because they don't work at night, but in the dream, that was the case. And I was looking out the windows to the backyard, and I could see about a block or 2 blocks away at the most, there was a helicopter that was hovering very low, hovering above someone's home, and they had a spotlight that was directly on someone's house. And I just had this knowing in the dream that it was nothing good. That this was not like somebody with a medical situation. This was like, I knew in the dream that people were going door to door, house to house. I knew that helicopter was hovering over each house, one at a time, flashing a light on the home, and making sure that people were not running away for whatever was going on. Something was going on where people's homes were being forcefully opened, and individuals were going in their home to do something. And not just like thugs or robbers. I'm talking about somebody with authority had ordered this. Okay? So I knew that the time had come. Chris is my husband, Chris and I needed to leave, but Chris wasn't home. Nobody else was home. I was alone, which kind of put me in a position where I'm like, okay, we don't have much time to leave our home, to get out of here. And so I then went back into the kitchen and was looking out the kitchen windows, which gives me a different viewpoint. Our bedroom window is on the left side of the house. The den windows are on the back side of the house. The kitchen windows are on the right side of the house. So it was kind of like I was getting an idea of what was going on in different parts around the house. And I had told you that it was like, like pitch black out. I was only able to see the helicopter because of its big, like spotlight that was coming from it. So, when I went into the kitchen and looked out of the windows from the right side, I looked up at the sky. And when I looked up at the sky, it was very odd because it was just absolutely pitch black from the backyard. But when I looked out the right side up at the sky towards the front of the house, looking that way, I was able to see a little bit of light behind the clouds in the sky in this area. And it wasn't bright. It was like right before the sun goes down. Like right before. So there's just enough light that you're able to see the shapes of the clouds pretty clearly. The sky was like in this one spot of the sky, it was like a pinkish, a very pale pinkish gray color. And the clouds were very dark and gray in comparison because of how the light was. And the clouds were not normal. The clouds were in shapes of like angels, and the type of angels that we typically think of. I know that there's different things. There's like cherubs and all of that, but in my dream they look like the angels, with the flowing robes and long hair and just really beautiful. And there were some that looked like little girls in dresses, which was very strange to me. But I decided to go to the front door. All right, so now I decided to go. I opened the front door. I walked out on the front porch to get a better look at the sky. And I was looking up, and I suddenly realized I had a song in my head. And I hate the fact that I can't completely remember this 100%, but I really think that the song was This Little Light of Mine, and which is weird. I don't know why I would have that song in my head otherwise, And I was looking up, and then I suddenly realized that these clouds that were in the shapes of angels, their mouths were moving. They were singing the song that had been in my head, that I had been hearing. I looked up at the sky and realized that the angel clouds, these were not angels, they were angel clouds, were actually singing this song. And I was just amazed. I was blown away. I just stood there and I was watching. And then I noticed that there was some other clouds, and one of them was shaped like a lizard. And if the lizard was not singing, he wasn't singing the song. It was a cloud, not an actual lizard. And I was staring at it. That kind of caught my attention, and I was like, "That's weird," because it wasn't singing. And then just in a moment, that thing went from a cloud to right there before me on the porch. It became an actual lizard, and it scared me. And it was very large, small enough that it could easily stand on the porch, but very big. It was several feet long, and I'm 5'1", so I'm kind of short, but its head was a little above my head because it was kind of sitting up a little bit. And it had huge eyeballs. I remember it had huge eyes. They were like yellowy and little streaks in them and like speckled in some areas. It was really weird, and it had this look like it was hungry. It just had this like hungry, it almost had frog eyes. Like it was weird. It was like a mix between a like crocodile eye and like a frog eye. And I don't know. It just looked hungry, and it had a really weird mouth, and it looked like it was going to eat me. I didn't see teeth or anything. It was just gross. It almost had a frog, like a toad frog-like mouth. It was weird. It was disturbing. So I just very carefully backed up and went back into the house, and I closed the door. And it really freaked me out, but I didn't really know what to do because I knew I needed to leave, but I also like didn't want to leave without my husband. And it was just a very it was a frightening situation. I wasn't freaking out in the dream. I was very calm, but I was also like very serious. I knew the time had come. And I also want to say there's a website that I recommend that you guys check out. The website is called, I believe it's called, it's either Prophecy 444 News or it's 444 Prophecy News. But it's very eye-opening, and I've shared one of my dreams on there. But a lot of people are getting very interesting dreams from the Lord, and some people are getting whole actual like prophetic words from the Lord, and they're putting them there. And it's a really awesome site because it's a place for us to all gather our dreams and visions and words from the Lord. And I don't receive too many visions, and I don't receive too many like words from the Lord, like prophetic words or anything. But the Lord has been speaking to me. He's been sending me these dreams, and a lot of them are symbolical, but with little bits of literal stuff spread throughout. But most of my dreams are very symbolic. They have deeper meanings behind them. But in other ways, they are sort of literal. And I do think that this dream is a mix of both. I think this dream really is symbolic of dangers to come. I think we need to be ready, spiritually ready, number one, because there's going to be some very frightening things coming, and also physically ready. Also, I think both are important. Obviously, your spiritual preparedness is much more important than your physical preparedness. But my husband and I have been doing what we can to be physically prepared also, and I suggest that you do the same because I really think our time is running out for this. I'm not going to go into in this video what I think is coming, because that's not the intention, and this video is already getting close to 20 minutes long, so I won't do that in this video. But I'm going to pray on it and see if the Lord wants me to share some things with you. But I have one more video I'm going to do tonight. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm not going to try to like promote like liking and sharing and subscribing. Out of those things, the only thing I would maybe suggest is the sharing, but I really just want you to do what the Lord wants you to do, you know? I'm not all about subscribers. I'm not all about likes and all these things. I didn't even really want to make this channel. I didn't want the attention. I didn't want the camera on me. So I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like, oh yes, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm not that way. I just want you to do what the Lord wants you to do. And if that means sharing to get some of these dreams out, then please do. Otherwise, that's perfectly fine with me. All right, hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video.